Okay, so this is the Tschudin grinder. This is an HTG 400. It's currently wired for 220, 230 volts, 3-phase. We've had it in the shop now a couple of days, and I've gone through it a little bit, got everything tuned up and functioning properly. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, start the hydraulics, and you get the light. Start your grinding spindle. Spindle comes on. The machine is controlled by this lever here. Once everything is adjusted and set right, this will bring the slide in and start the table moving. As the table moves, we feed here. I'm only feeding a little bit, 2/10. Each increment on here is 2/10. This is adjusted down here. The more you open this up, the more it'll feed. You have a selector here to feed on both sides, which I'm doing now, or left side only, or right side only. Over here is for dwell. I open this up and I'll have a dwell on this end. You have to open it enough. The more you start to open it, the more of a dwell you get. There you go. This machine has a cabinet full of tooling. This here is part of the fixed stop. The rest of the parts are in that cabinet. There's also a couple of extra grinding wheels mounted on hubs, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's your plunge feed or pick feed, and that'll just keep feeding down to 0. The lever makes it go back. I want to stop the table and come in and open up my plunge feed. Now it's plunging in. It's going to stop when it gets to the fine feed mark, which is a calibration mark on this dial. And now you can open up your fine feed and continue down to 0. When it gets to 0, it starts the spark out timer, and then it kicks out and retracts back to the amount your stock removal amount. If you want to change that stock removal amount, you just ungauge this clutch and move back a little further so you can take more material off, or less. You can go either way. There's a fine adjustment here where you can make finer adjustments. Fine feed. Okay, it's got a potentiometer up here that you can rotate to make it more or less time, or click it to shut it completely off. Motor there sucks in a lot of air. A lot of people put something over it, a piece of filter paper, makes it a little quieter, and it stops that motor from sucking up all the coolant stuff and making the motor turn all gooey. This has all been cleaned up. All these slides are nice and clean all the way from the base up to the swivel side. Same with the cross slide. It's all new oil. The system's been flushed out with some mineral spirits and oil. You're going to get this machine, or whoever gets it, it's going to be empty, because this particular hydraulic unit slides inside and basically has an open top, so it could slosh all over the place. So you want to fill that when you get it on spot. The spindle oil's been flushed out and changed, as well as the spindle oil in here and the variator oil in here. Now these two cavities, there are two cavities on this model. This gets spindle oil, the back gets the traction fluid called Sanitrac 50. You shouldn't have to worry about that for many, many years. I don't know what else to tell you. If you have a problem with it, I'd be happy to speak to you. It's a great little machine. They don't make them like this anymore. So thank you very much.